When I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts, social media companies, they have to show America their algorithms. Let us see why they're pushing what they're pushing. The second thing is every person on social media should be verified by their name.
Oh boy, Nikki Haley with some bold plans right there, immediately drawing condemnation from most people, because that's a huge change. I mean, look, there's two plans in there. There's, transparency on the algorithm. I think that's an interesting conversation to have, but no anonymity online anymore. Look, there's the ideological side of that, and we'll have that debate here. But just logistically, how would that work? Social media is not 3 apps on your phone. It's everything on the internet. But anyway, look, maybe she'll explain it. Here's more of Nikki Haley.
First of all, it's a national security threat. When you do that, all of a sudden people have to stand by what they say, and it gets rid of the Russian bots, the Iranian bots, and the Chinese bots. And then you're going to get some civility when people know their name is next to what they say.
Accountability.
And they know their pastor and their family member is going to see it. It's going to help our kids, and it's going to help our country. They need to verify every single person on their outlet and I want it by name. Because when
what about Smug? Does he qualify?
I've provided them with my government.
If Smug is on your driver's license, then, and look, you can put Smug in parentheses, but I want everybody's name.
I think the parentheses thing get out of hand. But anyway, no, she's serious. This was not just an offhand comment. This is something that she's pushing for. And she got attacked by some Republicans, including those running against her. We'll get to that in a sec. But JR, what do you make of her plan there?
Come on, bro. So how? I mean, there's always simple questions and by the way, bro, I feel you, Nikki. She's trying something different. I've been saying this, and I want to make sure that I try to stay as consistent as possible. I've said it since all these folks jumped into the race to try and, I guess, beat Donald Trump, but they jumped in the race not saying they're looking to beat Donald Trump. They're trying something. I said, you got to do something different. You can't talk about the same things that Donald Trump talks about and says, I'm gonna be the next president of the United States on the Republican ticket because I say everything Donald Trump says. That ain't gonna work. They got Donald Trump already. She's trying something. I understand. I'll give her props for that. This just kind of is, maybe someone should have told her beforehand. Before you go on the media tour talking about putting every person in the world? It makes a social media account and it's verified or whatever. Make sure that we confirm who it is and background checks, whatever it is that could possibly make this happen, how impossible that is. And also how much red tape we're talking about, a bureaucracy controlling social media platforms. Who's in control? This is a new office. I know that's a lot of logistical questions, and maybe I'll come up with an idea sometimes that we don't know how it's gonna come to fruition. So I get that part. But this is a lot. And then for the purpose of making sure people aren't saying things online that aren't gonna embarrass them from their pastor. Pastor? Who cares? How many pastors do these folks have anymore? The people that say disgusting things online, you think they're going to church on Sundays and they give a damn what their pastor is saying? Their pastor who probably has child porn on their computer and has touched and said disgusting things to their children already? Pastor? Come on, bro. Come on, the lid's off of that one. Nobody's worried about what their pastor thinks, the 5 people that still have one. But so I want to give her props for at least trying, but she needs to try something else.
Yeah, it's a bad plan. Why is, if you have a pastor, why is your pastor following you on social media? That just seems weird. But yeah, like I said, in terms of logistics, social media is not just Twitter and Instagram and like Threads. That's not, or hey, and TikTok. No, it's a million things. So what, like Reddit? Xbox Live, YouTube comments.
Something else, yeah, YouTube.
The entire internet is social, like Yelp,
Fox News comment section,
eBay, like all of these things are social. What are you talking about? And oh well, no, we'll just do the top main ones. Well, then the insane stuff will go to the other places. Look, I am not against verification. I think that look, if you paid attention to me during the first year of Twitter being utterly destroyed by Elon Musk, clearly I care about verification. I think that there are a lot of benefits to come from it. And if everyone could and chose to go by their real name and it was verified, then I think that there could be a lot of benefits that come from that. But obviously there are some negatives that I am saying this out of respect for Nikki Haley, that she knows about but is pretending she doesn't know about, because nobody could be so dumb that they don't know about how this would obviously chill so much speech. We have people in the comments talking about how they use handles specifically because they talk about things that could lead to deranged maniacs harassing them, trying to kill them. This is great. If you are a stable, powerful, wealthy person, sure, you don't have any problem talking about whatever you want, under your real name. But if you're a person, especially outside of the US context, who's advocating for something where you could potentially be hunted down and killed for your political views, your religious views, your views on sexual orientation or gender identity, then this is obviously insane. And I have to assume that she has figured that out and is proceeding anyway, because it would be crazy to think that someone who thinks they should be president had not thought about literally any of the consequences of something they're advocating for.
And how does that work? The president's in charge of this? Again, whatever department or agency is supposed to take care of these things, I don't know if that's the president's job.
Yeah. Well, look, we don't like the plan. Ron DeSantis doesn't like it, says, you know who were anonymous writers back in the day? Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, and James Madison when they wrote the Federalist Papers, which is not a terrible point, I guess. Actually, that's one of his better points, I suppose. Oh, wait, but he also is like perfectly down with state-sanctioned censorship over tons of different stuff. Like, you shouldn't have to use your real name, but if you use your real name and you published a book and maybe you're queer or something, we're gonna strip everything you've ever written out of every library. That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna hunt you down. Like, this is a guy who has no position, no like elevated moral ground to be attacking her for supporting censorship. He 100% supports censorship. But anyway, Ramaswamy also attacked it. Like, he's getting mocked for a lot of people.
Well, to DeSantis's point, the commenter on Reddit who's named FU4297843, he might have some amazing things to write in some new level of Federalist Papers. What kind of comparison is that? I get it, but the anonymous people online are the same as Alexander Hamilton, whoever else wrote any of our founding documents. Calm down.
I know, but there are citizen journalists, and there are artists. Obviously, there are people involved in sorts of relationships that would be prosecuted. Like, again, he doesn't care about a lot of that stuff. And he just knows that he's supposed to be for free speech or whatever.
Sorry, John. I'm a little tired today because I've been up since 1 a.m. to 1 a.m. every night this week. But can we just stop acting like the founding fathers and people who wrote documents hundreds of years ago have any connection to the way we live life right now, especially when it comes to internet and social media handles and anonymous digital handles online? Come on, bro, that has nothing to do with those guys. Let's not compare ourselves to them anymore. They're not gods, they're not deities, they're not whatever it is that we're supposed to try to become in 2023. It's okay. We don't have to do that. It's such lazy connection and trying to sound like you're some kind of above level.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.